Hi, I'm Debbie Psychoyas. I'm the facilitator for your course, and welcome to Unit 3, Socioeconomic Status. I wanted to provide a bit of information about teaching children who live in poverty. While you might find some of the strategies and concepts repetitive, please keep your mind open and thinking about how you might specifically use this information as you become more skilled at being a culturally diverse educator. As we advance in our learning about what makes a culturally diverse educator, it becomes more important for you to provide specific strategies to your applied learning when explaining how you will create equity in your classroom. If you begin your writing with a broad claim, like "My classroom is a place where social justice is practiced," please be sure to follow it up with a detailed example of what you do to make social justice happen every day for all students. What I'd like you to do is narrow your examples to observable behaviors by providing specific examples, things that we could actually see and hear you doing in the classroom while working to advance and support the learning and the lives of children who live in poverty. I'd like you to begin this unit by reading the article by Cynthia Mama J. Johnson, an educator for almost 3 decades in the Kansas City Public Schools. She shares her experiences and the views of Katie Haycock, who published an article in Huffington Post in 2012 called "Leading Learning for Children from Poverty." I want to share a little bit about that with you now. I think it'll help you as you start to identify best practices for becoming a culturally diverse educator. The article begins, "Effective educators of children who live in poverty understand the important role of connecting, validating, educating, responding, leading, and succeeding with children who live in these environments." And the article breaks down into subcategories. The subcategories are connecting and validating, educating and responding, and succeeding, leading and succeeding. And under each of the categories, there are the magic 7. It's a list of 7 broad claims. Use the claims, they're beautiful. For example, under connecting and validating, it says establish a caring and believing environment. That's beautiful. We want all classrooms to be caring and believing. But how do we make that happen? How does that dream become a reality? Under the category of educating and responding, the first item is teach with confidence. What does that look like and sound like? How does that happen? A lot of preparation needs to go in there. The last category is leading and succeeding. Item number 1, establish an environment where every child is accepted and nothing less than the best is tolerated. How do you make it happen? These are broad claims. We want you to narrow them down with specific, detailed, observable behaviors. What does it sound like? What does it look like? The article ends with a section that says "From despair to hope," and I want to share that with you because it was very meaningful for me. Poverty cannot be used as an excuse to educate students ineffectively. Children who live in poverty face challenges and circumstances that impede their understanding and learning. Although poverty may hinder the educational process, it does not sentence children to a life of failure, nor does it cancel out opportunities to succeed. According to Katie Haycock, good teachers make good schools. Students who get several effective teachers year after year will soar no matter what their family backgrounds are, while students who have even 2 years of ineffective teachers in a row may rarely recover from that. Great implication for us teachers. Low expectations, ineffective instruction, low-level programming, limited institutional practices, they all have to be eradicated. The crucial focus of 21st century educators must be to continuously find ways to help children who live in poverty build the bridge from a culture of despair to a culture of hope. During this unit, we will also draw upon the work of Ruby Payne, who provides valuable resources through her videos, PowerPoint presentation, and her article from Educational Leadership called "The 9 Powerful Practices." Her work focuses on creating frameworks for building language and communication. How do we talk to children from different socioeconomic statuses? Pay attention to this. How do we interact with them? There are differences. We must be aware of these differences. As we develop our competencies and our beliefs as a culturally diverse educator, We have a list of assignments due by February 24th. The first assignment is your discussion to the reaction discussion to the game called Spent. You basically click on the game, you play the game, and you try to survive for 1 month in poverty. I didn't do very well. By day 9, my bank was empty. Let's see how you do. Assignment number 2, quiz on chapter 3. Please note there's no time limit. Use your book as a resource when taking this quiz. Assignment number 3, completed resource chart from the video Frontline. It's called Poor Kids. Watch the video and pick out some resources and or lack of resources that these students have or do not have. And assignment number 4 is your completed contextual factors chart for a school district of your choice. You may choose a district you're working in presently or one that you've graduated from. They're going to present you with different demographics and informational resources to fill out this contextual factors chart. Please refer to the rubric to make sure that all of the elements are included in this assignment. There's an additional video introduction below from my colleague Dr. Keeney. Should you need additional information, please make reference to that and feel free to contact me at any time. And finally, as a conclusion to this unit in working with students from poverty, there was a 60-minute news article showing how students and families deal with living in poverty. Life may be difficult for these families, but notice how they are taking advantage of the resources they have. They have each other, and they are trying to survive and cope with these extreme circumstances. I wish you continued success as you begin our Unit 3 study on socioeconomic status, and I close now with a short quote from Magic Johnson. All kids need a little help, they need a little hope, and they need someone who believes in them. Thank you. Thanks for your time, thanks for your efforts. Good luck in Unit 3.